everyone, it's myself and Baby Found here, and today we are just here to give you guys our update. So this is going to be my 24 weeks update, yeah. And how has pregnancy been going? So since our last video, obviously now 24 weeks pregnant. And the first thing that I'm going to mention is this baby has got quite the energy level, if I may say so myself. He's got his daddy's soccer skills just wrapped in there because, yeah, daily we have quite the battle. I'm just like, all right, that's enough, calm it down now. And he's just not having it. He's not listening to me. I get a lot of headbutts, just boom, boom. I'm like, hey, take it easy. And then I get the like stretching or kicking his legs, and he just like does them in patterns, and hands too. Getting all of that now, which honestly is so amazing. I enjoy it. As I said, it does hurt sometimes. I'm like, hey, like, don't have to be so aggressive. But I enjoy it. I was telling Dave, I was like, honestly, I'm really like just liking these little like tickles and these, you know, bumps and whatever that I get. And I'm gonna miss that when he's no longer there. It's like, oh, like, oh. I don't know, it's just something that I've become so used to, especially like when I'm laying in bed. I feel like we have our moment because I'll just lay there and like hold, you know, where I know his feet are or where his head is, and just kind of chill there, and you know, he'll start playing and doing his thing, and it's so cool. So I'm really enjoying that. I think I mentioned this to you in our last video, I'm not sure, how, you know, whenever I tell Dave to come and feel him, he usually stops moving. So we've realized that's a blessing in itself, because this means Dave is a baby whisperer. Because what happens now is when he is being like so overly active, I'm just like, hey babe, come deal with your son. So Dave will come and he like puts his hand on me, and then, you know, baby stops. And he's just like, all right, I'm done tapping out, which is usually a nice relief for me. So I started using that every now and then when I'm just like, I'm gonna need you to calm down, you're getting way too hype in there. Dave will come, put his hand on there, and he'll just mellow out, which is really lovely. So I'm hoping that stays around when he's born, and Dave can be the one who's just like has a magic touch, puts him to sleep, and does all that good stuff. Because clearly he doesn't listen to me, because I'm like, hey, stop. And he's like, nah. It's pretty funny. So anyway, so that's that regarding his movements. We have been able to see him again. We had an ultrasound a couple of days ago, and we're able to see him, which is so lovely. And he was just looking ever so handsome. And we don't really get to have like pictures or anything, just because the way our ultrasound in our hospital set up, they do DVDs, and it's like we're not going to pay $30 for a DVD at every ultrasound. And we go every, like, we have an ultrasound every 2 weeks, so that'll really add up. So we're saving, you know, our ultrasound purchases for like really, when we get really, really good shots of him, which we haven't had like amazing, you know, like crazy shots because he's always moving so much, right? But that's that part of it. In terms of how, you know, like pregnancy, sickness, and all of that. The hunger is definitely here. It's here to stay. I started eating night snacks before going to sleep, and I shouldn't call them snacks because they're not. They're more like second dinners around 10 or 11 p.m. Because otherwise I don't sleep through the night because I'm so hungry. So I started doing that as well, and I feel like that's the main food thing that we have going on right now. There's no nausea, which, you know, super awesome. Thank you, second trimester. And, you know, baby's just chilling in there doing his thing, as I said. There's really not a lot that's changed since, you know, our last video. Other than, yeah, the movements being so active now. And also he has like a routine now, which is kind of cool to see. So he usually wakes up around 6 a.m. And that's because I usually go to the bathroom around 6 a.m. So when I go to the bathroom, by the time I get back in bed, he's awake. And he starts and starts and starts, and, you know, we're going at it. And that usually goes on until about 10. And again, like I fall asleep between that time. So I'm sure he continues, but I don't know. I have an anterior placenta. I should probably mention that. I have an anterior placenta, which means the placenta is sort of in front of the baby. So that cushions a lot of his like kicks and jabs, which to me is crazy, because if that's cushioning it, what would it feel like if there was no placenta there? Because he already hurts me so much. But because of that, I'm able to feel things less, like they don't impact me as much. So I'm able to sleep through a lot of his movement. So yeah, I usually wake up at 6, I'll hang out with him for a little bit, like rub wherever he is, and then I fall asleep. And when I wake up at 10, he's usually awake and still going at it. And then, it'll be quiet for a while, and he's usually back at it again around lunchtime. It's almost like he's just like, I want food. I want food. Wake up, mommy, I want food. And I'll listen if I want to, kid. So around lunch, he starts back up again, and that usually goes on for about 2 hours. He's much more quieter during the day. And then the nighttime comes, and that's when he really has fun. It's like he's been building up all the energy all day, and when nighttime gets, he's just like, yeah, party time, baby. Because that's when he starts hurting me and just doesn't stop. And there's like rumbles in there and like just crazy movements. Like, what are you doing? Like, what's going on? And that usually starts around like 7, 8, and that goes on until I go to bed. Yeah, so he just really goes to town. Like the afternoon ones are quieter, I feel it every now and then, we feel little tickles and stuff. But at night we get the head bumps, we get the foot kicking, we get the hands, we get it all at night. And it's kind of cool. Usually a nice way to wrap up my day. So that's just our schedule and how we're doing things right now. Thankfully he hasn't gone back to sleeping on my bladder, so that's been lovely. I'm just, peeing normally kind of a thing, which is great. The headbutts do hurt because he tends to headbutt like my bladder. So I'll feel like I have to go because I'll feel a tingle when he just boom, it's like, ooh, pee. But then it's not really because it's just him giving that sensation there. But otherwise, he's been doing well. He's growing as he should be, which I'm happy to say. We had a placental ultrasound the other day, which was interesting. They had some things written on there, and honestly, I can't remember what it said because it was just on their report. But the doctor said it's hopefully nothing to worry about, and should all be good. They'll obviously keep an eye on things. And yeah, that's pretty much all I have right now, I think, regarding our 24-week update. We did the baby's room, as I said, which is super awesome. I haven't bought much for him yet. Because I am just waiting. I know my mom's having a baby shower for me and stuff, so I'm just going to wait until after all of that happens to buy stuff because we don't have a lot of space in here, so I don't want to, buy my own things and then people buy their own things and then there's no space and you can't return anything and all of that. So trying to be wise about that. If you guys haven't seen our nursery, we do have a vlog that we did on that, so check it out. And we haven't completed everything else, but we've just done the main things like the paint job behind me, setting up the glider that I'm sitting on, mainly just setting up his furniture and painting the room is what we've done. And then all the other stuff will kind of just trickle in as time goes on. And we'll do a full tour when everything is completed. And that's all I think I have. I'm trying to see if I can think of anything else to tell you guys about him. To be honest, there's nothing much. He's just doing his thing in there. And I love him. I love him. I love him. I love him. So I'm going to show you guys my belly and where we've come. My linea nigra, as they call it, is quite there. It's loud and proud. My belly button is also loud and proud. And I've learned to embrace them both because they're here to stay and they're a sign of my growing baby. So I welcome it all. I haven't started like, producing milk or anything yet. I know a lot of people that are due around the same time as me who have started. And I'm not ready for that yet. I'm not gonna lie to you guys. Like, between you and I'm just not ready for them. It's like, I'm needing to give me a little bit more time to mentally prepare myself for that aspect of things. But that hasn't started yet. I know for some people it doesn't actually start until the baby's here. For some people it starts closer to when the baby's gonna get here. It's different for everyone. But as of right now, I'm still in the clear on that. And if you guys want to stay updated weekly and stuff on baby, be sure to check out my blog, mymomentsoflove.com. I've started doing weekly pregnancy posts on there, so that usually has a weekly pregnancy belly shot and all of that stuff on it, so feel free to check that out. And of course, follow me on Instagram at wemi, and I have pregnancy photos on there as well, so if you want to keep in touch that way, please feel free to do so. Yeah, so we're gonna wrap that up today. I'll show you guys my belly shot, and I will see you guys in a couple of weeks for another update. Maybe there'll be a lot more interesting things happening then. For baby, maybe by then we'll start actually seeing the like arm come out and the leg come out and that cool stuff. But for now we can't see it. I just get like movement, like you'll see my belly shake, which is really cool actually. I've tried getting it on camera, but the problem is that I can never predict when the move is going to be like significant. So it's like I sit there with the camera for like 20 minutes. I'm just like, okay, my arm hurts. I'm like, I can't just sit here forever. So I haven't been able to get one of those like good gut-wrenching punches he gives me on camera for you guys. But I'm sure once they become more predictable, I will be able to get some good shots for you. Thank you so much for watching, and I hope you guys enjoyed this video, and thumbs up if you like it, and I look forward to sharing a lot more about Baby Found and our journey down pregnancy and motherhood. Yeah, we'll call it that. Alright, see you guys next time. Bye. So as usual, I'm wearing my maternity jeans just so you guys can kind of see the process as it gets bigger, but there's baby. That's a side shot, 24 weeks, and there we have him. Looking good, ready for the big stuff. See my little line, guys? I can't even like follow it, but there it is. And then it goes down. It's not even like straight, it's all crooked, but that's all right. And then there's the belly button. So there's my little guy in there.